What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Camping with Coleman. I know I'm sorry I kind of left y'all hanging for a little bit. It's been like a week, almost 2 weeks probably, since I've done a Camping with Coleman video, or shoot, I don't know. I had a lot going on though. It's summertime out here, so anyways, thank you guys for watching the last video, last two videos I put up. I know they weren't RC, but I got invited to go out to Groundhog and film that event, and I had a blast. So I want to share that with you guys, since that's what inspires most of our RC builds anyways. And as you guys can see, speaking of RC builds, I got a special truck in the studio with me today. Most of you guys know this truck is 666, and if you've been following on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, you will have seen I've kind of been doing like a semi, vague, loosely put together build thread sort of thing on it. I've been documenting it, I should say, a little bit. It's a pretty cool truck. It's one of the coolest things I've ever built personally, and not to brag, but I'm pretty damn proud of myself for it, because going from my first build, for those of you that have followed me since Hawaii, this is a big improvement over my first build. My first build was not, well, I guess it's not that it's nothing to brag about, but it was an uneducated build, I guess you can say. I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I'm still proud of it, obviously, as it's what set all this off for me. But this truck right here is a new testament to what I'm trying to do. And that's super scale RC, man. I love realistic looking RC. And I know you're not going to see something like this driving around town all the time. This is more of a fantasy truck for me. But this is, kind of like a true to scale tow pig. And there is a couple of real 6x6 dually Ford trucks out there cruising the streets. I've seen them on the internet, and yeah, looked up the companies that build them and stuff, and yeah, it's kind of what inspired this. There is one guy out there that built a truck similar to this, actually, and I don't remember what forum I saw that on. It was a long time ago, but that was another inspiration for this. I saw somebody else kind of took a swing at it, so I did it differently. I started off with the Tamiya King Hauler black semi truck. It's a 1/14 scale semi truck, and I took that chassis, I chopped it in half, I stretched it out, I swapped out the transmission. Comes with a 3-speed transmission originally. It had plastic gears, or Delrin gears in it. 32 pitch. They're real stout, real tough. They'll haul a lot of weight. But I did swap it out because it's big, it's bulky, and mine had some issues. So I swapped it out for an AX2 2-speed that I got from TGN Distributing. And I went ahead and mated that to a divorced HPI gear reduction unit. And that's what allows me to have the low gears, I should say the low speed in first gear, and the higher speed in second gear. It's a nice setup. I run it on 2S or 3S, and it's Novak powered. It is brushed right now. It's just running an old XR2 ESC, I believe is what it's called, and it's running the stock Tamiya motor. I think it's like a Haibuchi motor or something like that. I forget what they're called. But anyway, the body is extremely customized. The cab itself, the front half of the truck here, that is all fiberglass. Every little bit of it is fiberglass, including the fenders. The only thing that's not fiberglass is the windshield, the interior, and the front grille and bumper, which is plastic. That is an SSD Unlimited Ford F350 or 450 body. It's kind of hard to tell. It's a F350 quad cab, but it has 450 fenders molded into it, and those are fiberglass fenders that they put on there for me. So big shout out to SSD Unlimited for that. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. The cab detail is not quite as detailed as the Tamiya cab comes, obviously, because this is a fiberglass body. The Tamiya one is plastic. They're able to mold it a lot better. They have the detail in the mold, whereas with the fiberglass one, there's a lot more handwork that goes into it. So you do have to go through and kind of clean up some lines and things, which is fine. It doesn't take long at all. Use a Dremel or maybe like a a file, or you know, I used a file, and X-Acto knife worked really good for me. And sanded down everything, and the good thing about the fiberglass is it actually accepts automotive grade paint, which is what this has on it. So I'm pretty stoked on that. It gives you just an amazing finish and super strong, you know, durable paint job, as opposed to a lot of rattle can paint jobs, which is what I have in all my other trucks. The rear, the bed, I guess, and the fenders are all customized. They're not from the factory like that. The cab I got from the factory like that from SSD Unlimited. The fenders come from SSD Unlimited as 4 individual fenders, and the bed is 2 Tamiya beds that I chopped up and kind of molded together. Excuse me. The fenders are fiberglass, and I took them, I actually chopped about 1/3 off of each one of them and slowly molded them together to get the look that I was going for. I didn't measure properly, probably, so it is a little bit of a winged situation. However, I managed to pull it off and got it pretty damn even. Lots of sanding, lots and lots of sanding, lots of body work and body filling. This is not a task you want to take on if you're not looking to really put some elbow grease into something. But if you're willing to put some elbow grease into it and you want to have a really cool custom build afterwards, this is a cool project. You can get the fenders from SSD Unlimited, you get the bed from Tamiya, get a cab from Tamiya if you want. Actually, you don't even really need the cab from Tamiya. Honestly, you just need the accessories for the cab from Tamiya, and then you get the cab from SSD Unlimited, and you can start a build like this yourself. The chassis, as far as stretching that goes, I just used a couple aluminum plates and, you know, or a couple aluminum frame rails basically, and chopped them up how I needed them and drilled holes and bolted it all up, since I am not an aluminum welder and I don't have any equipment like that. I do everything on kind of a DIY budget, you know what I mean? So I bolted the actual chassis together, which seemed to work pretty good, and it allows me to adjust it if need be. I can always kind of stretch it out or shorten it up, just depending on what holes I got it bolted up to, which is kind of cool, in case I ever want to change it in the future. The tailgate I made fold down. I'm sure some of you guys might have noticed that sitting there. It's got a little scale RC rock crawler sitting on the tailgate on what is actually a true magnetic Cow RC pit mat that I molded into the tailgate. It's a 1/10 scale Cow RC screw catcher mat. As you guys can see, I'm a big fan of Cow RC's mats. I use them for all my builds, and I could not imagine trying to build something without them. You drop a screw, catches right where it's at, stays in place. I get these little guys, put them on the edges of my workstation, and if I got extra screws I need to keep organized, I put them right there. Or if I've got like a few different projects going on at once, I'll use the little Cow RC bins and organize them that way. He also has some new awesome little dot boxes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but like they're like little storage boxes with a bunch of different bins. Those are coming out now too. And so Cow RC's got you covered as far as doing a project like this. This was kind of a big build for me, and it, you know, there's a lot of times where I had to put it aside and bring something else out to work on for the show or for Facebook or whatever. And I needed to stay organized and not lose stuff because there's a lot of different parts in this. So that helped me do that. So big shout out to Cow RC for that. Another shout out is going to go to Jeff Hamilton for providing the King hauler in the first place. No, he didn't just give it to me. I wish I did buy it, but he was kind enough to open up and sell this to me for a pretty good price. And he just finished building it. He hardly had any runtime on it at all, and the man is he's in and out of the hospital, and he lives a long way out of town, and it was pretty cool to see him, you know, sell this to me. And I didn't want to let him down and have it just sit on the shelf and collect dust and all that stuff. I wanted to do something cool with it, kind of give him something to be proud of, you know. And so Jeff Hamilton, thank you. Big shout out to you for even giving me the opportunity to build something like this. That was badass, man. Another shout out goes to CKRC, because that's how I was able to finish this bad boy off. servos and whatnot. Just a couple little things, and they're also my newest sponsor. So you'll be seeing a lot more stuff coming from CKRC as well. So everyone knows I'm dedicated to this. I love my RCs, but I don't think I give enough love to the people that stand behind me and help make this possible. So one last time, big shout outs. TGN Distributing. They're amazing. They help provide random parts that are actually kind of hard to find. They cover your 5th scale needs and a lot of your 10th scale needs. CKRC, the best crawling shop, period. If you want scale RC stuff, crawler stuff, 1/10 scale realistic RC stuff, whether it's Ultra 4, rock bouncing, rock crawling, scale trail run, whatever, hit CKRC up. CowRC.com. CowRC provides the necessities for doing builds like this. They get the job done, man. I got CowRC pit mats and screw catcher mats and everything all over this place. I even have CowRC rags so I can wipe stuff down. They got you covered. If you want to build good, proper RCs, you got to have a proper build station. Set it up with CowRC equipment. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to Novak. Team Novak Racing is what I power my trucks with. I'll be honest, I don't know that much about this ESC because I didn't purchase it. It came with the King hauler. But the plan is to eventually put a Timbuk2 into this. I don't see why I would need any more than a 2S setup. The torque from a Timbuk2 is phenomenal, especially if I put it on an 18.5 motor. So I'm probably going to put one of those in this, and then if I really need that juice, I can kick it up to the 2nd gear, let that rock boost kick in, and I'm pretty sure I'll be moving right along. So big shout out to Novak on that. And let's see, who else, man? I don't really have anybody else to shout out, you know. Big shout out to me for spending long, countless hours up in the middle of the night Instagramming and Facebooking pictures of my crazy, stupid, RC addicted ass. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. Get back to your daily activities and your lives and your kids and your own RCs. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm going to try to keep you guys entertained. I've got a lot more Camping with Coleman videos coming up. I'm going to try to do this at least twice a week, maybe more. So the more you guys leave comments and give me them thumbs ups and share these videos, the more I'm inspired to do it. So thank you. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what truck you want to see next. I'll give you guys a peek. Shoots!